Attention passionate Baltimore Ravens fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Baltimore Ravens' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Baltimore Ravens fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Baltimore, RAVENS fans. Let's get to the news. Let's talk about a potential game changer that's been buzzing around NFL circles, especially in Ohio, and now echoing across the AFC North. Rumors are swirling that the Baltimore Ravens are eyeing Denzel Ward from the Cleveland Browns for the upcoming offseason. And trust me, this isn't just some idle speculation. There's real fire behind this smoke. The Ravens, as we all know, are always looking to bolster their secondary. And Ward, with his elite man coverage skills and blazing 4.32 speed, fits the profile of a cornerback who could elevate Baltimore's defense to that next level. Now, let's dig into what this could mean, not just for the Ravens, but for the entire division. The Browns, currently sitting at 2-7, are clearly in a rebuild mode after a rough start, especially with their quarterback situation in flux following Deshaun Watson's shoulder injury in Week 5. Watson's injury, which has sidelined him indefinitely, has really exposed some cracks in their armor. They're leaking points and yards, especially on run defense, where they're giving up over 142 yards per game, a number that Ravens fans know all too well from their own struggles a couple of seasons ago. Cleveland is sitting at the bottom of the AFC North and has been openly dismantling their roster, trading away assets to clear cap space and prioritize youth, especially along their offensive line. The Browns have a lot of tough decisions to make, and part of that involves trading away some of their veteran assets. Denzel Ward, who's been a lockdown corner and a pro bowler during his career, is reportedly on the block. The Browns are reportedly looking for draft picks that could help them rebuild faster, and the Ravens are seemingly willing to offer a package that includes a second-round pick in 2026 and a second-rounder in 2027. That's a hefty price, but for a player of Ward's caliber, it might be worth it, especially since the Ravens are always looking to strengthen their secondary, which has been a key to their recent success. What makes Ward such an attractive target? Well, for starters, his ability to shut down the opponent's WR1 almost every week. His man coverage skills are top-notch, and he's an all-pro level player. His 4.32 speed allows him to stick with even the fastest receivers, and his ball skills are exceptional. He's already racked up 22 interceptions and 62 pass breakups in his career, with a PFF grade of 91. 2 overall, which puts him among the league's best. This season, he's been phenomenal, playing 9 games and recording 42 solo tackles, 16 assists, and 3 interceptions. His ability to force incompletions is off the charts, with 17 forced incompletions leading the NFL, and his coverage metrics are elite, a 92. 4 coverage grade, a catch percentage allowed of just 41.8, yards per target at only 5.2, and an EPA per target of -0.34. His ability to lock down WR1s and his versatile coverage skills make him a nightmare for any offense. Plus, his career stats are impressive. Over 103 games, 22 interceptions, 62 pass breakups, 3 Pro Bowls, and a reputation for erasing yards after the catch, similar to the peak of certain. Even with a minor injury this season, a thigh injury in Week 2 that caused him to miss a game, he's been a force when on the field. His man coverage grade has been consistently top tier, and he's been a vital piece in the Browns' secondary, which has struggled at times but still boasts some bright spots. Now, what's the strategic play for the Ravens? Well, Baltimore's defense has been solid, but adding Ward would be a huge boost, especially for their man coverage schemes. His ability to lock down WR1s gives the Ravens the flexibility to send blitzes more aggressively without fearing huge plays downfield. It also allows the secondary to be more aggressive, knowing they have a shutdown corner who can handle the opponent's best receiver. When you pair Ward with Marlon Humphrey, the Ravens suddenly transform into a top-tier secondary overnight. Their EPA per target drops significantly, and the overall points allowed per game improves, pushing Baltimore closer to that elite status they've been chasing. This move could also have a domino effect on the entire division. The AFC North has been a slugfest this year, with the Ravens, Bengals, Browns, and Steelers fighting tooth and nail. But if Baltimore manages to land Ward, They not only reinforce their defense, which already ranks among the best in points allowed, but also send a message to their division rivals that they're not just content with being playoff contenders. They want to dominate. The Ravens, secondary with Ward in the mix, could become a shutdown unit that makes it tough for opponents to move the ball consistently, especially in the passing game, which has become more important than ever in today's NFL. And talking about their season prospects, the Ravens currently sit with a solid record, and their Super Bowl odds have improved significantly, climbing from plus 1,800 to plus 800. That's a testament to the belief that adding a player like Ward could be the final piece needed for a deep playoff run and a shot at that elusive Lombardi trophy. Their offense, led by Lamar Jackson, continues to thrive, especially when they can field shorter fields thanks to their improved defense. Marquise Hollywood Brown, Odell Beckham Jr., and others are benefiting from this increased defensive pressure. It opens up mismatches and creates opportunities for explosive plays. Lamar himself benefits a lot from a secondary that can keep WRs in check, because it allows him to take more calculated risks and extend drives with his legs and arm. The offense's efficiency increases, and the team's overall points per game go up, making them a real threat in the AFC. The addition of Ward could also boost their chances of making a deep postseason run, perhaps even pushing them into Super Bowl contention. With their current trajectory, and if this trade materializes, the Ravens could be looking at a season that culminates in a big celebration in Baltimore. Of course, this move isn't just about the present, it's about setting up the future too. Ward still has many good years ahead of him, and bringing him into Baltimore would be a statement that the Ravens are all in on building a defense that can shut down any offense in the league. It's a strategic move that aligns with their championship ambitions, especially considering how competitive the AFC has become. With Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, and others leading high-powered offenses, Baltimore knows they need to match that firepower on defense. In a broader sense, this potential trade also reflects the Ravens' ongoing efforts to evolve their roster. They've already made significant moves this season to improve their offensive line, add explosive weapons like Odell Beckham Jr., and now, bolstering the secondary with a player like Ward could be the final puzzle piece. The Ravens' front office has shown time and again that they're willing to spend draft capital and make bold moves to keep their Super Bowl window open. And this trade rumor fits perfectly into that mold, a bold, strategic move that could pay huge dividends. Now looking ahead, if this trade goes through, how does it change the AFC North landscape? Well, it instantly makes Baltimore a stronger, more complete team. Their defense would become even more intimidating, and their offense would benefit from having a secondary that can neutralize the top receivers in the league. It could also force other teams in the division to respond, either by making their own moves or by adjusting their game plans to account for Baltimore's new defensive look. Of course, there are always questions. Will Cleveland be willing to part ways with Ward, especially since he's been such a cornerstone of their defense? Will the Ravens be willing to give up the draft picks needed to acquire him? And how quickly can Ward integrate into Baltimore's scheme? These are all valid concerns, but given the Ravens' recent history of smart moves and aggressive offseason strategies, it's clear they're serious about making a splash if the opportunity presents itself. And let's not forget, the AFC is wide open this year. The Chiefs, Bills, Dolphins, and others are all vying for supremacy, but the Ravens have been quietly building a team that can compete with the very best. Adding Ward would give them that extra edge, a shutdown corner who can make life difficult for even the most talented receivers. It's a move that could tilt the balance of power in the AFC North and beyond, positioning Baltimore as a true contender in 2024 and beyond. And now, Baltimore Ravens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think Ward would be the perfect piece to complete Baltimore's defense? Are you excited about the possibility of seeing one of the league's best shutdown corners lining up in purple and black? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Ravens. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Baltimore Ravens news.